Hello Team Fortress 2 community, I'm Mr. New and I'm here to give you a quick map review of Koth product rc8. The reason I say quick is because it's very general, and if you want to get into more specifics you should consult your teammates on exactly what they're going to be doing, but this is just the general rules for product. So first things first, we're going to quickly go over the callouts for this map. I don't know why I put down a teleporter there, but anyway, let's go over the callouts. So right here where I am is spawn, as you can see, because I just spawned there. Over to our left we have left, which is a brilliant name for it. Right is right, of course, and this middle section is main. The reason we call them directionally is because typically you'll have your demo man rolling out and he'll call which way he's going. Now right out of main we look up here towards this health pack and this ammo pack. This area is called grass. I don't know why it's called grass, I guess this just makes sense. That in the middle is house, and up through here is valley. The reason this area is called valley is because it's the flattest place. Now over on the other side to your left, this is main, mostly because it's neither grass nor valley. Up here where there's a bunch of concrete, guess what? It's concrete. That's what it's going to be called. And that's what people typically call it. Here with the med pack is connector. It connects both sides of concrete, whether it be ours or theirs. And that's crate, or crates, whatever you prefer. Where I'm standing right now is point. Behind the point we see rock. And over here with this ammo pack is dog bread in this area that looks kind of like it could be a capture point. Now going up here we have cliff, mostly because it's a damn cliff, and over here there's bridge. Now right here is China. This has a call out because snipers like to stand here often, and alright, so in this section I have a little trouble getting up onto Africa, so let's just enjoy me fumbling around for a bit as I fall continuously trying to get up there. Wonderful. Yes. And here I am at Africa. The reason this has a call out is because typically you'll have people ambush you there, or an NG will put a teleporter right there where I shot. Alright, so those are all the callouts. It's a symmetrical map. So let me show you the engineer rollout as soon as I spawn here. Alright, so as an NG you're going to come right out, sit down your teleporter, and immediately go to your left. Going through grass, grab this ammo pack. Now ascending concrete, I made a mistake here. Grab the small ammo pack before you set down the sentry. It'll save you a few milliseconds. But set down your sentry right there and then move across the field to set dispenser right here. The reason you want to put the dispenser here and not behind rock is because if it's behind rock, your medic's going to be tempted to stand there and he's just going to get bombed. As for the sentry placement back on concrete, that will deny the scout, the enemy scout, from coming over to your side immediately. You always want to have a mini up almost all the time. And here I'm just explaining visually how the soldier can bomb, whereas if the medic's back here, the soldier will have to strafe around the cliff in order to get to your medic. So that's the rollout. Once your sentry goes down, you can go ahead and put a sentry right there on the corner of that point. That's always a good place. Other good places include crates. Some engineers like taking their mini sentry and putting it right here on the corner of the cliff so that they can wrangle it across the point, as I will demonstrate here. It adds quite a bit of range to it. And you know, it's all up to your preference. My personal favorite is right there on the corner of the point, but it's all up to you. As a mini running engineer, you should always have enough metal to build a mini sentry. Now I'm going to make a very poor attempt at the demo rollout. I'm not a demo main and I don't pretend to play it, so here we go. Oh, but right off the bat, you're gonna have your whole team crouching. On every Koth map you want to have your team crouching right out of the rollout, just so your demo and medic can see each other. So you put a sticky and you try and get as close to the door as possible. Make sure to get buffs from your medic, and then from there you can either jump to the left, to the right, or to main. Now That was a mistake on my behalf. That was too much vertical motion. You want your motion to be mostly horizontal to pick up speed, and get to mid as fast as you can, just so you can spam out the other demo or whatever team members might have gotten there before your team did. A rule of thumb for rollouts on product are that you want a lot of horizontal motion. I don't do a great job of that here, but I'm just not used to sticky jumping. For demo mains, focus on getting that horizontal motion. You see how I got caught on that door? That's a common mistake. You don't want that because it just takes time away from time you could be doing damage. As for the other players that aren't the engineer or the demo, or the scout for that matter, but we'll get to the scout later. Everyone else is going to roll out main with the soldier. Now, the soldier is going to whip his team, as I'm doing here with the skeleton, but not with the skeleton. You use the disciplinary action all the way to mid, and from there you either go to the left or to the right, up through main or valley. But whip them all the way. A good idea for soldiers right after the rollout is to make sure you have an overheal from your medic. Now, of course, you want to overheal your sniper before you overheal the soldier, just so the sniper can get in position. But once you overheal the soldier, right off the bat, you're going to want to have the soldier trying to get some damage on the medic. Now, remember how we put the dispenser elsewhere so that your medic wouldn't go down? Well, this is exactly what we're going to do to the other team, or what you should do to the other team. You should have your soldier jumping with the full buff onto the other medic, trying to get some damage. Now, I don't do a great job of demonstrating that, but again, I'm not a soldier main. I play mostly engineer and medic. But you will want your soldier to jump right off the bat for the most part. I think here I demonstrate what the scout does exactly. He rolls out left with the engineer, and what he's going to attempt to do is deny the area in connector from their flank classes that might roll out left. Now, don't get too cocky here. It's very easy to die from a soldier, but if you manage to get all the way out there, you can just jump onto their medic, who's presumably going to roll out main, and that's very easy to do as long as you're a scout with decent aim and movement. Now, the most important classes on this map are the scout, the soldier, and the sniper, believe it or not. So medic, do not hesitate to give those three classes buffs. Buff them a lot. And flank classes and sniper ask for a lot of buffs. Sometimes the medic literally doesn't even notice you guys because they're so caught up in staying alive and avoiding spam that it's hard to remember things. Now, this is a little note I wanted to point out. You're either going to always want to stand on the point or beyond the point, never behind the point. The reasoning behind this is that the point on this map is the highest point on the map. So, just having the higher ground all the time is good. Of course, besides the cliffs, but the cliffs are something on their own, and they don't have access to the entirety of the map like the point would. So you're going to want to stand on the point or beyond it. Now, a lot of teams are afraid of the sniper, but if the whole team is there, he's not going to headshot everyone. Just make sure you keep your medic safe and you'll be just fine. The flank should try and get on the cliff, as I demonstrated there with the scout, as often as possible and behind the team, flanking of course, but always remember to keep a buff. You can do some passive damage and of course return back to your medic so that you can keep a full 185 on scout? Actually can't remember. Oh well, I know it's 300 on soldier. And of course the engineer, for the most part, is going to be the one watching concrete. Now if he needs support, he can get the pyro to help him out. But for the most part, you're going to want your pyro on your combo all the time, again, to avoid a scout getting on your medic, or a soldier getting on your medic, or the spy just shitting on your combo. Just in general, having the pyro there is a very good idea, as long as the pyro isn't complete garbage. Now, I think here, yes, I'm about to show you a little bit of how the demo man might hold or spam good spam areas for the demo as soon as I spawn up here. again, that was too much vertical distance. You want a lot of horizontal distance when you're moving. This jump is pretty good, actually, that last jump. Anyway, so the demo can spam across the point horizontally, and that gives him an access to a lot of area, or vertically like this. And by horizontally, I meant diagonally. I just forgot my directions. Spamming down this hill right here into their, what is that, valley? Or is that their main? That's their main. Spamming down into their main area is good. Sticky traps on that side of the wall is good. Anywhere basically sticky traps are where the other team has to turn a tight corner. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, essentially you're just going to want to spam out areas that are above the other team for the most part as a demo. And, you know, just play it safe, play around your sniper, and call out the other team's sniper as often as possible. I guess that's pretty much it for this map. So, thanks for watching.